Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series called Wicked Folklore, where we bring to life your favorite legends and some myths that you may have not heard of yet. First up on our list, the four guardian spirits of Iceland. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's start sketching. For this series, I'll be using an Earthbound Recycle sketchbook by Roni. And this is my first time trying it out, and I'm pretty excited to see how it holds up. The paper is much lighter than what I usually use, so let's see. We're starting things off by sketching the map of Iceland, a country known for its jaw-dropping landscape, dramatic mountain ridges, volcanic terrain, and mystical vibes. It's no wonder Iceland has become a go-to film location for epic shows like Game of Thrones. The scenery is so surreal, it feels like stepping into a fairy tale. And with a land this magical, it's no surprise it's rich with folklore. Our story begins way back in the time of King Harald, where the legend of Iceland's four protectors takes shape. Long ago, in the stormy halls of Norway, a king sat upon his throne, King Harald Bluetooth, a ruler of the north and collector of kingdoms. But there was one island he could not tame, a distant land of lava and mist, called Iceland. Frustrated and furious, the king turned to his last resort, a sorcerer cloaked in the shadows with eyes like winter storm. The wizard turned himself into a whale to spy on Iceland and find its weakness. Little did he know the island was fiercely protected. As the sorcerer emerged from the mist, the great bull appeared. Without hesitation, the wizard charged, but the bull charged right back. Thunder cracked and the sea erupted in a clash of a raw power. Wounded and stunned, the whale sorcerer had no choice but to retreat. Next, he turned toward the east fords. But just as he began to approach, the dragon Dreki rose from the shadow. Another epic battle began. The wizard summoned all his strength to block the dragon's fire, but it was too powerful, even for an experienced dark sorcerer. Overwhelmed by the power of the beast, the wizard turned back once more. Desperate, the sorcerer slithered around the coast to the north. But Gamur, the mighty eagle spirit, had already spotted him. With each powerful beat of his wings, he steered violent windstorms, and his piercing shriek shattered ice on distant mountain tops. The sorcerer barely escaped the deadly assault. Weary and enraged, the sorcerer drifted south, gathering the last of his strength. Rising from the depth, he prepared to unleash every spell in his arsenal. But then, the ground trembled. From afar, thunderous footsteps echoed. Bergrisi, the rock giant, emerged. The sorcerer charged one final time, and then silence. No one truly knows what became of the sorcerer. Some say the giant turned him to stone. Others believe his spirit shattered, doomed to drift as a ghostly whale that never blinks, endlessly circling the island. And then there are those who whisper that he's still out there, alive, hiding in the depths, watching, waiting, and dreaming of revenge. One thing is certain, returning to the king was never an option. In his world, failure carries a price of its own. Now, let's talk about the inking phase. This is actually my first time drawing a map like this. I've always wanted to try it, but I never really had the motivation, and honestly, it felt a bit intimidating. Especially when you don't have a cool backstory for the fantasy land you're creating. At one point, I even wanted to draw Westeros of Game of Thrones, but I couldn't find a good reference to start with. While working on this one, I had my Pinterest board open, pulling inspiration and piecing together ideas. As I got into the design, I started to really enjoy it, right up until I got the inking stage. That part felt a bit tedious, especially after finishing all the pencil work, but hey, that's a part of the process. It kinda look cool so far, so let's do this. This vlog was actually inspired by my trip to Iceland. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to check it out on my channel. It gives a bit of more of context and could help boost this video too. Now comes the fun part, coloring and adding details. The only hiccup, I didn't really plan ahead. I kind of just wing it and hope for the best. For this piece, I used a mix of Copic markers and Uhu markers. One challenge with this type of paper is that the color doesn't always show up the way they do on white paper. The tone can shift and lose vibrancy. That's why it's so important to swatch your color first so you know exactly how they'll look before committing. The four guardian spirit of Iceland is more than just a mythical creatures. They deeply woven into Iceland's identity and national pride. The rock giant stands firm in the south, symbolizing the unyielding spirit of nature and the land's raw power. The dragon fierce and watchful guards of the east, representing strength, courage, and resilience. The griffin or eagle soars over the north, embodying wisdom, protection, and freedom. And the bull defends the west, signifying stability, endurance, and grounded strength. Character design isn't exactly my strong suit. I've been browsing Pinterest for some references, but honestly, most of what I am drawing is coming straight from my own imagination. Together, these four guardians are more than fantasy. They are emblems of Iceland's independence and natural majesty. You'll still see them today on Iceland's coat of arms, military patches, and even on souvenirs, standing as eternal protector of the land. These legends aren't just bedtime story, they're part of what makes Iceland, well, Iceland, a place that defends its magic and make you believe. Now buckle up for the art reveal. Thank you for watching and see you in the next folklore.